What is happening, Tenkan fam? Get ready for a rapid-fire news dump that's going to blow your minds. We're diving headfirst into the hottest gaming and tech stories you need to know. First up, President Donald Trump's tariffs are hitting your favorite consoles, cranking up the prices for PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. Find out exactly how much more you'll be shelling out. Then, get hyped because Borderlands 4 release times are officially revealed. We've got the exact moment you can jump into the chaos and what you need to know about those additions. But wait, there's more. Prepare for a gaming experience that's described as Flappy Bird in a meat grinder with the wild new Squish Machine review. Is this bizarre indie title worth your time? And finally, Xbox fans are reigniting the debate. Which Microsoft games are still missing from Game Pass and why? We break down the licensing issues and fan frustrations. You don't want to miss this. Hit that like button, subscribe to Tenken, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single update. Tariffs take aim at your wallet. PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch prices surge. President Donald Trump's trade policies are directly impacting gamers, leading to significant price hikes across major gaming consoles. This isn't just a rumor. Sony has officially announced price increases for its PlayStation consoles, following similar moves by Microsoft for Xbox and Nintendo for the Switch. Sony stated that due to navigating a challenging economic environment and rising costs, they've made the difficult decision to increase the recommended retail price for PlayStation 5 consoles in the US by $50, effective August 21st. This follows Microsoft's announcement in May to increase the costs of some Xbox games and devices, pushing some game prices to $79.99 and console costs up by over 20%. Earlier in April, Nintendo surprised many by announcing the Nintendo Switch 2 with a suggested retail price of $449.99, a substantial 50% increase from the original Switch, and also raised prices on Switch 2 accessories. Gamers across the board are reacting to these increased costs, with many expressing frustration online about how geopolitical decisions are directly affecting their ability to purchase and enjoy their favorite hobby. Analysts are closely watching how these price adjustments will impact sales figures for the remainder of the year. Don't go anywhere, because the gaming world is about to get even more explosive. Next up, we've got the official launch times for the highly anticipated Borderlands 4. Loot, shoot, and launch. Borderlands 4 release times are here. Get your trigger fingers ready, Vault Hunters. Gearbox Software has officially dropped the release times for the much-anticipated Borderlands 4, and you'll want to mark your calendars for September 12th. The game is set to unlock at 9 p.m. PT on September 11th, which translates to midnight Eastern on September 12th. The PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC versions will be available first, with the Nintendo Switch 2 version landing a bit later on October 3rd. Originally slated for a September 23rd release, the non-Nintendo versions have been moved up, giving eager players a slightly earlier taste of the mayhem. Pricing for the standard edition is confirmed at $70, a point of much discussion after initial uncertainty, though multiple collector's editions are available, ranging up to $150. Fans are buzzing with excitement, dissecting every detail of the trailers and discussing the various editions available. The confirmation of the $70 price point has eased some concerns, while the Deluxe, Super Deluxe, and Collector's editions offer plenty of options for dedicated players. But before you dive into Pandora, we've got a review for a game that's truly out there. Get ready for a bizarre indie experience as we dive into Squish Machine. Flappy Bird meets a meat grinder. Is Squish Machine your next obsession? Prepare yourself for a gaming experience that's as chaotic as it is unique. Squish Machine is being described as Flappy Bird in a meat grinder, and it brings 120 single-screen levels of pure, unadulterated flapping madness. Published by Penguin Pop, known for its quirky and often weird titles, Squish Machine puts you in control of dozens of characters, each with the ability to flap their way through treacherous environments. The core gameplay revolves around tapping a button to flap, navigating single-screen levels, while avoiding a constantly closing machine that threatens to squash you. Your goal is to hit specific red and green buttons to stop the machine before time runs out or you become collateral damage. Trial and error is key, with levels designed to be completed in mere seconds, offering quick respawns to jump back into the action. While the clear visuals and varied level design, incorporating spike strips, enemies, flamethrowers, and lasers, keep things engaging, players are noting a steep difficulty curve after the initial stages. Some minor issues with hitboxes have been reported, and the sheer repetition of 120 levels can wear on some players, particularly after the first 60 or so stages with achievements. However, the inclusion of coin collection, unlockable cosmetic characters, and a time trial mode might just keep you hooked. From indie oddities to massive franchises, we're not done yet. Stay tuned as we explore why Xbox fans are still talking about those missing Game Pass titles. The Great Game Pass Exodus: what Microsoft games are still missing? Xbox fans are once again diving deep into the question of why so many Microsoft-owned games are conspicuously absent from Xbox Game Pass, sparking lively debate across the community. A compiled list, shared by fans and industry insiders, highlights a significant number of titles, particularly older OG Xbox and Activision Blizzard acquisitions, that aren't available on the subscription service. While many games on the list, such as older Call of Duty titles, Marvel games, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, are indeed hampered by complex licensing issues with music, vehicles, or movie tie-ins that are difficult or impossible to renegotiate for modern platforms, the omission of other titles remains a point of contention. The Project Gotham Racing series, for example, is also cited due to expired music and vehicle licenses, despite Microsoft owning the IP. Some fans argue that simpler licensing issues could be overcome, pointing to the success of backwards compatibility for other titles. This discussion is fueling passionate responses from the Xbox community, with many players expressing a desire for more of Microsoft's back catalog to be accessible through Game Pass. While some acknowledge the technical and legal hurdles, others believe Microsoft could do more to bring these beloved older games to the service, especially with the ongoing growth of the subscription model. And that's a wrap on today's News Flash. Stick around for our lightning round recap and full call to action. All right, Tenken fam, that was a whirlwind tour of the gaming universe. We saw President Trump's tariffs jack up prices for PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch consoles, confirmed the official Borderlands 4 launch times, took a wild ride with the bizarre Squish Machine review, and dissected the ongoing debate about missing Microsoft games on Game Pass. If you loved this deep dive, smash that like button, subscribe to Tenken for more epic content, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments which story blew your mind the most, and make sure to follow us on all our socials for behind-the-scenes action and more gaming news.